Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of the Tower of Time. At the very end of the last episode we leveled up Eric, so we need to go and sort out his attributes and things. Skill power? Yes, he definitely does most of his stuff through skill power. So leaning into that, I feel, is going to be a smart choice. We also don't really struggle to keep him alive. So let's approve that, and let's have a look at what we've got at this level of the skill tree. Waterlord would be a new potential summon. 250 health. As opposed to the Earth one that's got 450, so it'll be less health. However, a ranged attacker doing 80 to 111. I do like ranged attackers. Last for 90 seconds with a cooldown of 60 seconds, so we can get them out pretty regularly. The Ice Cloud does a maximum amount of damage of, like, at its default, call it 180 and some change in a 4 meter radius. That's the thing, isn't it? It's the 4 meter radius. You know what? Let's try it. We'll switch it over. So we'll get the Waterlord. Well, we have the Waterlord. We're not using Earth Fury. I'm not convinced it's going to be a big winner. On the summon Ent right now, the taunt is definitely working for us. Let's give the healing totem some more health. It does make it cost more mana, but that's also fine. And then Earth Blessing. We really can lean into this because we've got points available. Or you can just make it last forever rather than recasting it. That's interesting. I don't think it's necessarily a great plan, but that's fine enough for right now. Okay, that's Eric done. Let's get back to the tower. So in the tower, we're making our way through the service floor. We've been crawling through green slime in the sewers. It's a bit disgusting. That's definitely what it is. And we're kind of looking for secret doors, a way down even further. And anything interesting. And interesting stuff comes in many forms, like this little strange area overgrown with vile vegetation. That almost looks like a waterfall. Doesn't look like we can really do much with that. Let's follow this wooden pathway. It's going to be really easy for us to get lost in this place. So we went round that corner, and that's how we will get back. Let's go up this way first, because this looks like it's an actual closed off area. There's a second lever. Interesting. Let's pull this one. Okay. That did the gate over by the first one. Cool. We didn't even try and pull the first one. We just came off exploring down this way. So who knows what that would have done. We can always teleport back over there as and when we need to. Or if it's going to like lower that, that's going to annoy me. Another small chest. Hey, we've got an actual sword, right. One of the other things I did last time, by mistake, purely by mistake, was I destroyed Kane's weapon. By mistake, it was a judgment error. That's probably a better way of putting it. So Kane's been using his default weapon and feeling rather sad about it. Let's have a look. So is it it was at the exit to the sewers, that's where that side came was. Let's teleport back over there. Nope, it wasn't that one. It was one of the other ones, but still teleporting back over here is probably the smart. Yeah, it's a little bit further on. Smart thing to do because it's just a bit further round. Ooh, gold in the sewer that I hadn't seen. Darkness beyond. When your champions approach this gate, they see a dark mist on the other side. They can hear a soft voice coming from the other side, whispering, "Come, come." Don't know precisely where that opened up, but it's gonna be one of the things down here. Yeah, down there. Alright, let's go back and we'll just check if that's now a cut through. Because if that just makes it a bit easier to move around, then that's great. Yeah, it's now just easier for us to navigate. Can we teleport to the caves? No, because we've not actually reached it yet. So there'll be another lever somewhere. Probably in that dark area that's calling to us and whispering to us. Oh, a water servant. Welcome, strangers. I've been expecting you. Most peculiar. As our chosen course of travel has been largely random in execution. Who are you? Have you not heard of me? I am Servant of Water, placed here long ago by the builders of this tower, tasked in keeping the waters flowing in this place, clean and fresh. You must have an excellent job security. The area outside is full of slime and rotten vegetation. Yes. Well, why make the effort when no one is left to take advantage of it? But should you wish it, I can purge this place and perhaps offer you much more in return. Of course. I suspect the ancients were only capable of building stone statues able to make demands in return for what? It's about my brother, Servant of Stone. He does not speak to me anymore. Consequences of a little argument we had a century or so ago. My request is that you go to him and convey an apology on my behalf. I'm sorry that I cheated. Please don't hold it against me any longer. I promise not to act so foolishly ever again. Cheated? What did two statues cheat in? A game of crocs? More importantly, if you cheat, give us one good reason why we should trust you. Well said, Master Dwarf. It was nothing, really. Just a little game we played together to pass the time. Please, go find him. He resides in the cave area not far from here. I will open the way for you. If you do it, I will shower great rewards upon you. I assume great rewards are water. That might be Servant of Stone over there. Let's just see if there's anything that we can... Ooh. That's a bit ominous. A little bit of gold hiding around that corner. Right, let's fast travel some of the route. I really hope the Servant of Stone is receptive to the apology. There's teleport for the caves. What a strange sculpture. Impressive craftsmanship, even if it is somewhat macabre. Ugly as my beard in the morning. Such detail. Looks more like living flesh turned to stone than a work of art. I think this statue is best left alone. Yeah, I think it's gonna become not a statue at some point. The cave ahead of you radiates calmness and the promise of rest. You feel safe here. Your party has seen similar purple mushrooms before, but these specimens are much larger and they look healthy. It's a very nice, very serene area, this. Cool, refreshing mist washes over your champions as they traverse the bridge. An unexpected and welcome aura of peace and tranquility emanates from this area. Your champions feel safe, perhaps for the first time since entering the tower. This place seems to ease the burden I've been carrying ever since I stepped foot in the tower. I feel as though corruption simply has no place here. It's a breath of fresh air, isn't it? We have no time to be complacent and rest. We must move on at once and continue with my lord's task. Oh, we've got a nice fountain. Maybe a nice fountain. It looks alright. Kane. His life's increased by 2. As someone who is in the thick of it often, that is almost certainly going to be of benefit. And we've got a little pendant of protection as well. The plants growing here are lush and healthy. And they smell wonderful as well. Oh, this looks very nice. Pendant of protection, health regen, mana regen. And we have a blueprint. We found a tome that gives insights into basic clockwork technology and techniques to infuse it with magic. Although it's merely a primer text for novice technomancy engineers, it contains numerous useful techniques for channeling willpower into physical manifestations. So if we find someone, we can train them up at the Artificer Hall. And here is the Stone Servant. Does this go off to the side? No, it doesn't. Not really. Welcome to my sanctuary. I am the Servant of Stone. My purpose is to bless the stone of this structure so it remains as strong today as the day it was built. I know why you have come. My sister sent you. Your words on her behalf are unnecessary. I will speak to her again. But even though her deceitful deed angered me greatly, in this age of so few visitors, we have only each other. 2 forgotten servants fated to carry out their duties for time eternal. Let me ask, what was her transgression that angered you so? Are we in any danger from her? You may ask, and no, you are not in danger. While her deed did lead to the loss of innocent life, I now take you under my protection, for I commend your quest to cleanse this place of its corruption. You know of our intent here? Yes, the Avatar Guardian told me. Know this then, in order to close the portal to the beast's world, you must find 3 crystal shards. These shards are guarded by the most powerful of the beasts, primals as they call themselves. Even though they hate this place and the portal that lured them here, they are aware that should the portals close, they will perish soon after. To protect themselves, the beast primals fractured the crystal powering the mechanism that controls the portal. As long as the crystal is not whole, the energy of the gateway cannot be stopped. Each primal then took 1 shard, vowing to guard it with his life. Can you tell us what to find these primals? I know of only one. A winged beast with leathery skin ventured into my home, uninvited, looking for food. I trapped it in stone before it could spread its malice. You passed the beast when you entered my domain. Return whence you came, and I will release it from its stony prison. Unfortunately, my power wanes. I must devote all that I have left to strengthening the walls and floors of this place so they do not collapse under the weight of time. For this, the only boon I can offer is knowledge. We wish nothing of you. We're most grateful for all that you have shared. Go now. Defeat the primal within my domain, and then his 2 kin. Recover the 3 shards, and remove the beastly corruption from the tower. And I guess it's pretty obvious what we're hitting right now then. We don't quite have enough money for another level up. The first of the beast's primals flexes and stretches before your champions, shedding out the last brittle flakes of stone from its skin, and then lumbers towards them, dropping its head with a long, drawn-out hiss. Well, I guess we're gonna have to engage. It's a gargoyle primal, and there are some nasty other things. So one of the 3 beast primals, gargoyle, is waiting for your champions with anticipation. Defeat it to recover 1 part of the portal crystal.
May the light guide your path.
Alright, well, we'll just start things off.
Will do.
And let's go ranged attacks. Let's get the Ent in place. Let's get the ranged thing in place. Let's get
out.
Everyone
Orders.
Fighting this thing.
Yes, my lord.
Shoot them.
And we will get an aura on it as well, for good measure. I want you two to come a bit over this way, just in case.
At your service. Yes, my lord.
And we'll try and keep its armor shattered.
Right between the eyes.
Moving out.
Let's get everyone hitting a little bit harder, and I need to get some defense and some healing on everyone.
All right. Yes, sire.
You are getting a little bit hurt,
Yes, my lord.
but I think we should be able to just blitz it down at this point. There we go. Everyone's still standing. Ooh, gargoyle skin. Reduces movement speed even more. It looks really nice. Especially for Kane, if we're going to go for the massive, massive defense. That beast had been in prison so long its skin was nigh impenetrable. Even when it returned to flesh, it was like slashing at a stone wall. Fortunately, it was not as resilient to my magic. Your champions defeat the first primal beast and retrieve its crystal shard. Where instincts and primal thoughts have governed the savage beasts encountered on the level so far, this primal showed cunning and intelligence. Let's have a quick look at it. So our current one is 5 armor. This is 14 armor, which is huge. But it will slow us down so much. Like, I like it, but we're gonna need something to offset that movement speed penalty. We could give it to you though. That's a no-brainer. You lose a bit on the magic resists. But you're in a lot better shape for it. Okay, let's head back to the water servant. I hope my brother will forgive me. We've got to go back to... Let's go back to the stone servant. I did not see that gold there, hiding in plain sight. 650, that is enough for us to do a level up. It's the fountain that we saw before. You've cleansed my home of this malice. I'm in your debt. Go back to my sister and tell her all is forgiven. As for you, seek out the other two primals, recover the shards they guard, and eradicate this beast corruption once and for all. Only then can we truly be at peace again. Only then will the tower be open to you. If you ever need my help, I will do whatever is in my powers. Okay, now we can go back. So back to the exit from the sewers. Round and up to his sister. My brother speaks to me again. It's such a joy to hear his gravelly voice in my head. Thank you, my brave heroes. What boon do you wish of me? You mentioned the cleansing of the waters here. Consider it done. Wow, she wasn't kidding. She really could clean the waters this whole time. I can already breathe better. But if memory serves me, you also mentioned something about showering great rewards upon us. Your brother would be quite upset if you did not keep your word. You must rid yourself of these desires for material compensation, Maeve. Really, your name will never be truly known and respected if you only focus on such personal gains. The sense of pride one gets from fulfilling one's duty. This is the only compensation one in the Kingsguard should require. No, the girl is quite correct. You certainly have a good memory for a being of flesh. Very well. I certainly do not want to anger my brother again, and you did in fact deliver my message faithfully. I therefore offer you a boon from ancient times, should you have courage enough to collect it. I grant you a blessing of water, but to collect the reward you will need to breathe water as easily as you breathe air. I will open a passage. Go now, dive deeply. Descend to the bottom and follow the path to the forgotten altar, undisturbed for centuries. I will also open a barrier I placed to stop those filthy beasts from bothering us. Go now, explore, and do whatever you champions do. So the magic barrier has been removed. And I guess we can go into the river Styx. Oh, this is weird. This obelisk holds an enormous amount of magical energy. Despite thorough investigation, your champions cannot decipher its use. Perhaps later they can find more insights to its nature, and the others like it. Ooh. We've got an ancient chest, we've got an enchant scroll. Let's grab the enchant scroll. Mana leech, the weapon. An ancient chest has got some trousers in it, and a little bit of money. And a relic chest, which has got some more trousers in it. And more money. This feels like it's a bit of a prison down here, really. There's the underwater altar, right. Let's grab the lesser scroll. Extra mana regen per second. I feel like Maeve is always just on the cusp of running out. So I'm going to give it to Maeve. And then, for the altar of the clean waters. An ancient altar stands before your party. Coming closer, your champions feel a strong pressure. Not from the waters, but from the energy within. Should one of them come closer to receive the power sleeping within? Yeah, we're going to give that to Rackham. Two attribute points. We can give you some free mastery. Yeah. I wish speed affected your movement speed. Average speed is 7, max speed is 15. Yeah, we'll give you mastery for now. Approve that. That's going to affect the fireball, which is really all we care about. So that's one of the secret areas explored, and there are more. Looks like there's something kind of up there that we can sort of see but not quite. Probably going to be through that magic barrier. For the area down here, I think we've covered everything that there was. We've done the gates, we've done the levers. For this section, we've done all of that as well. So I'm pretty certain we are now just pushing through. Safety perimeter breached. Commencing threat assessment. Threat assessment complete. Results inconclusive. Commencing secondary routine. Objects not in crystal memory. Orange routine commencing. Guardians dispatched. Intruders to be eliminated and collected for analysis. It's an ambush. Huh. Apparently your party's considered high threat now as they face a new type of guardian. Golems.
Yes, my lord.
Well, at least we're not locked up. So let's get all of our buffs on. We can get an elemental out in place as well.
Ready to serve, my lord.
Shoot them.
Advancing. Yes, moving.
And we'll get a fireball out amongst these as well. Oh, they went quick. Alright.
Unleash hell.
Yes, my lord.
Well, we're going to be in completely the wrong place for this, then.
Moving out. Yes, my lord.
Let's get healing in the center area.
At your service.
And we can mostly keep everyone
Yes.
together.
Onwards to the fray.
Moving into position.
Get a little bit of blinding on them.
Sire.
Add a little bit of extra defense as well.
Yes, moving.
Maninata.
Advancing.
Right, we can charge in on these.
On my way.
Mani.
For honor and glory. Yes, my lord.
We probably want to get the Ent out.
Maninata.
Interesting, we can have more than one water spirit out at the same
Alright.
time.
Moving out.
It does make sense because of the cooldowns, but that makes me want to get massive
Onwards to
cooldown
the
reduction and just like push
Shoot
even
them.
further. Get a huge army of them or something.
Yes.
Stun those last couple of
Unleash
guys
hell.
off. There we go. Off the battlefield. Threat assessment? I didn't like the sound of that. Is this tower gang gonna throw creatures like this every step of the way? I share your frustration, Master Smith. Avatar, are you listening? We're not your enemy. Apparently the Avatar was listening. Yes, I am here. Unfortunately, it's as I expected. The defense mechanisms of the tower are unable to classify you. Considering the situation in this floor, it's opted to use force first and ask questions later. Those things, I've never seen or heard of such creatures. What were they? Golems. Constructs created from the tower memory banks. Banks that deal in memories? Sounds like Frostling doings to me. As before, these golems were forged of pure mana based on one of the many templates stored in the tower's memory since the time of its construction. The defense mechanisms can adjust the template to match the level of threat and current circumstances. If it's any consolation, those were level 3 templates. The tower concluded that significantly capable constructs were required to deal with you. Can you turn the blasted things off? I'm convinced them that we're no threat to it. We just want to pass through to the bottom. Well, they have ill intent. As I've warned, I cannot turn it off, nor designate you as non-hostile. It's part of the autonomous functions beyond my influence and control. I'm afraid the news is more disheartening, as you'll have to deal with defense mechanism guardians if you wish to reach the portal. On a positive note, while I can't alter these tower defenses, once you destroy the beast portal, there is a high likelihood the tower will reassess your threat classification. And these guardians? What template are they based on? Elementals. Similar to golems, but with the addition of elemental magic. In the old days, some beings held affinities towards the elemental powers. Not magical creatures with supernatural abilities, simply creatures with the innate ability to manipulate a base element. Guardians are created in their image. Water elementals, for instance, could control the flow of bodies of water. They could not create new water from thin air, call forth a tsunami, nor siphon away its heat, freezing it solid, but they could otherwise manipulate the element, as easily as you might move an arm or a leg. When magic appeared in Atara, elementals were quick to absorb it, exponentially expanding their power and control over the elements. The Magi incorporated this new elemental magic in their training regime, and throughout the tower. I'll continue to observe your progress. When you're close to the portal, I'll come to you again. Good luck, friends. It appears our worth will be tested at every turn here. We've not only to fight the beast of the floor, but the tower defences as well. Well, Kane, with the fate of the world at stake, you weren't expecting this to be easy, were you? Look there. What do we have here? New technology? Seems to be some kind of transportation mechanism, similar to the teleportation stones. This one seems to be expired, though. Perhaps if your perception wasn't limited to what you see before the tip of your thick nose, Rune Lord. There's still magic present in the device, it merely lies dormant. Though it looks like it may be missing parts, I believe this machine could be restored and activated, we only need to know the proper procedure. The question presents itself, is it worth our time to make the attempt? Judgment reserved if and when we discover the machine's nature. Okay, well. This thing is interesting, I will say that. But for now, I think we have to move on. It's probably going to be related to the thing we saw underwater as well. Ooh. City area. The party enters a large open area surrounded by many buildings. Judging by the size, it must have been home to thousands of people at one time. There are no traces of beasts here. The tower must guard this area well. It would be in our best interest to proceed with caution. As your party approaches the teleportation stone, you call out to them. Quickly, join me in the throne room. This is too unbelievable for words. Your party teleports up to the throne room. Yet another delegation has arrived in the throne room. It seems the vast frozen lands of the north were not barren, as was commonly believed. A group of frostlings stands before you, the shortest among them towering over your guards. One clearly stands above the rest. Their leader steps forth. Come in peace. My wisest seers alerted me to a great undertaking in these parts, that you seek a power in the depths, one that may heal our broken world. I am the leader of my people, a blade master. We are the keepers of the memory of stones of ages past. Not long ago, we had encountered a strange new memory. Not of what had been, but of that very moment, when we stand in front of you in those great halls. They called to us to come here and discover its meaning, and we're ready to join your cause. You gladly accept the offer of support. However, you grow wary of the power represented by your party now. Who is calling these powerful champions to aid your cause? Well, we can potentially stick Boron in the party. A hulking giant that, although able to wear only medium armor, has a large health pool. He doesn't use mana to power his skills, instead he fuels them with rage that he generates in combat. Okay. He has a stoic nature, and he's dedicated to the keeping of memories of the past in the Great Memory Stone. Nevertheless, like all frostlings, he joins battle with the shocking fury of the warrior poet. And he will sit in the armory. So we could train him up. Let's have a look in the barracks. So he comes at level 4. Let's see what he's like in terms of skills. It does refer to his skills as having mana, which is really rage. Okay, I get that. And that rage will come back as he deals damage in combat, I assume. So cleave just does a cone of damage. I assume it uses the weapon's cleave stat. Well, his current weapon doesn't have a cleave stat. So potentially that cleave that's mentioned on a weapon like this is different. Okay. And we can up the damage directly. Oh, there we go. Rage generated per attack. Interesting. But that can't be like a passive thing. Okay, let's have a look at jump. Does a bit of an impact radius. Okay. Can do stun. Winter wall. It takes half of his kick. The wall does like a frostbite aura. Okay. Not too keen on that because that would require a lot of micromanaging. Stunning shout, that's fine. Ooh, gives rage. So stunning shout is a pretty decent call, and axe throw. Right, let's change that over to axe throw. I don't think we'll take him out because I'm quite liking the party we have at the moment. But there's definitely potential here. Yeah, we'd have to go for the stunning one, of course. And then cleave. Try and get as much rage as possible. As for his actual abilities, they don't do a huge amount of damage directly themselves, so probably just focusing on his DPS would be best. Which looks to be mostly about speed to start off with. Okay, that's pretty even. That's 0.7, that's 0.6, so yeah, another one in speed. Another one in speed. That one can go in might. That one can go in might. That one can go in might. Am I getting armor penetration by putting my might up? All right, let's do 10, 9, 1, 6. He does have a decent health pool. I will give him that. Prove those points. Yeah, it is the might attribute. Cool. All right, well, we're not going to take him out into the field. As I said, we're going to keep our current party, but that's still pretty good. We can do some training though. So into the barracks, Maeve, we can train you up for 500. We can afford that. We can't train Rackham because we don't have a blueprint for him. We could train Borum, but we're not going to. So Maeve or Eric, I think we'll give Maeve a go. Yeah. We want to keep your DPS moving up. Both of those are much the same, so we go with speed. 41.7. Yeah, this one's going to be might. And we'll have this one be might as well. In fact, if I do all might, then we get up to 10 might. We get an extra armor penetration and a bit of magic penetration. So we'll get you up to 10 just so it's done. Over in the skill tree, at the current level of 6, we don't get any new skills, but we do have points that we can put into stuff that we're using. Yeah, let's make Rain of Arrows cause bleeding. Hunter's Mark can't do anything new. We're not using Smoke Screen, so let's just back that out. We can do more with the arrows though. And the same with the fire arrows, even more explosion radius. That's pretty solid. Kane's getting +5 armor just for him loving us. That's pretty good actually. I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy with that. I would bring Boron along just so that I could annoy him and swing someone else into the party. But I think it'll stay as is. Okay, well, with that new addition to the team, we're obviously not going to be taking them in. We will go back to the service floor, but we're going to have to finish up there because we are out of time for today. Thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you are continuing to enjoy this. As always, if you are, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of the Tower of Time. See you soon.